You're going to need to forgive me for this, but that buy to dip range from last week did not hold for Bitcoin. Now we have some scary price action happening right now. But if you want to be safe, stay tuned into this video and let's get into this week's weekly analysis as I take a better look at Bitcoin. And also to add on top of that for this week, I'm going to look at Shiba Inu. As usual, this is the weekly analysis that we do here now on the channel. And if you have any special requests for any crypto that you want us to cover here on the charts, then let me know in the comments below. And I will add it to our list as long as you keep showing your support to the channel. One is by hitting that thumbs up button and liking this video as well. Let's move on. So the first thing we're going to get into right now is subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're doing that. We're at 27.5K and really want to get the 30K subscribers. And as you can see, we're really pushing out more and more content for you guys. So there's that. And as well, you can find my Twitter. Just search @RealJohnDoe. Hit me up with a follow or even tweet me and I'll get right back to you. Now let's talk about the latest trending news for Bitcoin. So we have the first thing here. Bitcoin institutional buying could be a big narrative once again as 30,000 Bitcoin leaves Coinbase. But the bullish news overall has cooled down for Bitcoin since we had that Bitcoin Miami week. The sentiment is shifting towards the bearish side. And this one trader is warning that Bitcoin could drop down to $30,000 within 2 weeks as April continues to show much more risk and downside price action. And if we have a look here on CoinMarketCap, if we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, you can see right now we kind of have something like a head and shoulder pattern forming. And right now it is trending downwards. And if we take a look at Bitcoin's current market cap, what's that looking like? $700 billion, is it? Yes, it is. And price has been pushing towards the downside here, mostly for April, which is the first time now since we had the beginning of March or so. With the current price of Bitcoin right now is sitting at that $40,000 support. Now let's look at the trader sentiment here on Currency.com. It shows 80% buyers, 20% sellers, and also price is pushing towards the highs of the day since that breakdown. Now let's take a look here a little bit more into the chart. Last week we were at this level right here, holding on to that $45,000 range. And as we can see now, price has broken down and we're testing support from earlier on this year. Now, if this does hold, then that's a very good sign and we can expect a bounce next level up towards 44,000 to test that again to 45 and then 48,000, which will give us that next push to $50,000. So currently right now for Bitcoin, there are more resistance levels now that price needs to break out of before the bulls can come back in strong. Or we could even get some nice, even better buy to dip ranges if price does continue towards the downside. Let's say right now we do have this support at about $40,000 as this current level. Now, if that breaks down, we have down here towards 35,000. And then if that breaks, we have these levels down from 2021, those lows towards $28,000. So currently right now, as you can see, Bitcoin is more in a mid-range, trading between all those major support and resistance levels. So we can continue to see some more sideways price action happening within this range before we get that next major move, either a breakdown, things come all the way down and maybe even $20,000, or we get a nice break up of resistance and test previous all-time high levels towards $64,000. Now, if we look at daily momentum, we lost that support last week. That was not a good sign. Now we're at this new level. Some buyers did come in right here, but this is not a good way for Bitcoin to trend. So if we do continue trending sideways, we need to flip at least 42,000 into a support again. Otherwise, we could have something like a bear flag forming where continuing to flag downwards and price continues to break down. And next week, we could be seeing Bitcoin all the way down towards $37,000 or maybe even $35,000. I'll check back on that. Now, let's quickly look at Shiba Inu. So I've seen Shiba Inu was trending here on CoinMarketCap. It is one of the top trending coins. It is performing a bit better than Bitcoin actually this past week. Price had this sideways price action here for the past 7 days. a little breakdown, but now it is continuing that. So I'm here wondering, did any type of news come out for Shiba? But mostly I do like to look at the chart and the price action to help me decide a move. But I do see a lot of articles once again talking about Shiba Inu to $1 before the end of 2022, Shiba Inu to 5 cents. So that is kind of bringing in a bullish sentiment. Let's look at the chart. Hold up, and quickly, since I'm talking about sentiment, have a look at this right here. We have Shiba Inu showing 96% buyers with 4% sellers. That is pretty good. But when I look at this chart, I ain't gonna lie, I do not like this. You can clearly see a big problem right here with Shiba Inu having this crazy, insane run up and then this huge sell off with price continuing to move sideways and break support levels. So we could even see Shiba Inu continue to drop from this current level. Be careful for that, because if we go down to that previous support from 2021 or so, that's about 66% drop. So that is still in the cards for Shiba Inu to drop to that level, especially if Bitcoin does drop to 20,000. We will see Shiba Inu drop continuing more and more. But let's say Bitcoin sentiment does shift, then yes, of course, Shiba Inu sentiment will shift as well. And we could even be finding a bottom in this range, and we see price start trending up, form a huge cup and handle, and then maybe continuing on this same correction later on in 2023 or even in the end of 2022. So currently right now, just be careful with Shiba Inu. If you are buying this, be aware that this can continue to sell off another 70%. Once we do get to that correction, then it is unlikely for it to keep going unless something bad comes out. But right now, the risk reward you do have to look at is about 70% to the downside, but to the upside, to the all-time high levels, it's close to around 275%. So if you're willing to take on that risk, then this seems like a nice chart for something like that with the downside looking towards. Look at that risk reward. We got down 70%, but 200% to the upside, which would be a huge cup and handle and maybe a correction coming on in 2023, or maybe new all-time highs. We'll keep you covered. So that sums up everything for this week's weekly analysis. Make sure you are watching those price levels for Bitcoin and Shiba Inu. Maybe a nice breakout towards the upside. Come back for more. It's John here with Currency.com. For more trading videos just like this, please subscribe to our channel.